want to send a serious shout out to Shannon at Eurolinguist. I listened to my screen is not moving, this is really frustrating. I listened to a webinar that she did with Chris Brome earlier this week, and let's see if I can get her up here. I just rearranged my Twitter, so I'm not even going to look at that way. And she talked about starting from working backwards from what you wanted to do. And part of what I want to do with learning Chinese language is to read newspapers and some online materials, social media, if I can find stuff that's not too informal and slangy, because that's very difficult until you get to a certain level of language learning. And so I found some newspapers this week, and I'm starting to pull some vocabulary from titles and things like that. I'm looking at pictures because, that really helps. And then, as you just saw me go into, I just signed up for Weibo, which is the equivalent to Twitter, well, as equivalent as it can be. A lot of times newer technology has, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. Advantages and disadvantages. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. And I wasn't sure how this worked, but I was able to sign in. And then if you look at the top here, I have just above the word coffee at the top, I have the Chinese equivalent, because when I searched for coffee, I got a lot of English, even just partially within, it's not called a tweet in Weibo, I don't know what it's called, but within a message, I'll just say for now, there was way too much English. So then I found the Chinese word for coffee, and then this is what I see. And this is way too much text for me, but what I'm going to do, like with the newspapers that I'm looking at, is I'm going to pick things that look like it comes up a lot. So I'll pick those words, I'll shove those into my Anki flashcards, and with time, hopefully my vocabulary will build up, so I'll be able to read more and more of these messages. Even though it is a wall of characters to me right now, they are small messages, so hopefully there's enough in here that isn't incredibly slangy and that is common, frequently used enough that I will be able to understand some of this eventually. I'm just excited that this stuff is from real people, as opposed to like reading, pre-made lessons and graded lessons and things like that. This is actually stuff that's happening right now, so I can actually take some of my interests, whether it be, world events or hobbies. I'll probably do more hobbies first, to be quite honest with you, with the social media website. So I'll do coffee, and I'll do like music, and I'll do different things like that, and I'll get as much vocabulary as I can this route, in addition to the other stuff I'm doing, because I do this with my own students when I was teaching English too. You start with the end in mind, and you work backwards, and you get to your goal, and you have a focus on your goal. And I think I just thought I'm too far away vocabulary-wise to use anything this real and this authentic, and I am, but that doesn't mean I can't start by picking out certain bits here and there. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of visuals in this too, so that can help me learn the language as well, because it accompanies the vocabulary that's with it. So I'm super excited. So thank you, Shannon, and thank you, Twitter, for helping me find all these folks with these great resources, and Chris also, because he was in that webcast, and they both had really, really good tips and advice. So I'm super excited. I've got newspapers and social media at my disposal now. I'm going to use and abuse these and just really, really enjoy authentic language learning at its best. I'm so excited.